Kia ora. As we head through the next few days, southwesterly winds are with us, which means the story is fairly similar as we go through the rest of this afternoon and also through in towards Friday and that long weekend. So we have got a fair bit of cloud around those western facing coasts and those southern parts of the Northland. But you can see up towards, say, Bear Plenty, and down that eastern coast, there's plenty of clear sky. And we've got a similar story as we go through the rest of the day. There's still more showers around that western coast, still one or two thundery ones off that western side of the South Island. But you can see the winds are all coming in from that southwesterly direction, rather fresh at times up in the far northern parts of the country. But we are looking at seeing some good dry weather out towards the east. The thing to watch out for, though, still some stronger winds as we go through this afternoon, particularly in places like that western side of the Tasman district and also those southern parts of Hawke's Bay. There are a few severe weather watches in place for the rest of Thursday, so around about 5 o'clock or so for those areas on the South Island and about 7 o'clock or so for those areas on the North Island, south of about State Highway 5 and west of Motueka. So I think we are going to find still some stronger west or southwesterly winds in those areas. As we head through the night time tonight, you can see we've still got that southwesterly feed of air across New Zealand. More showers and wet weather on that western coast of the South Island. That'll ease off as we head through the daytime. A touch more cloud around those western facing coasts of the North Island as well, but plenty more clear sky out through the Bay of Plenty, down through that eastern coast, and a bit of high cloud on the South Island, but best of the brightness, or best of the clear skies, I should say, it is nighttime out towards that eastern side of the South Island. Here are minimum temperatures worth bearing in mind if you plan to get up early to catch a glimpse of Matariki in the early hours of the morning. Nothing too cold in the North Island. Look at that, 10 degrees Celsius there for, like to say, Taupo. And as we go down towards the South Island, cooler, but 3 degrees Celsius, a little bit milder than it has been over the last few days. The best of the clear skies likely to be around, say, the Bear Plenty, Rotorua, and down that eastern coast of the North Island. Perfect to get out there and do a bit of early morning stargazing. As we head through to Friday, we'll keep hold of that southwesterly feed of air. So still more showers around those western-facing coasts. You can see that they start to ease off as we head through the daytime. But I think generally a dry story out around that eastern side of both islands. Just a few showers running up in towards the far north there for Northland and Auckland. Now, if you are going to head up early for those early morning skies, Rotorua and in towards the eastern coast, not doing too badly. A touch more cloud through the Bay of Plenty. As we head through the morning time, we'll find some showers feeding in from the south and the west in towards places like Taranaki, Waikato, even up in towards parts of Northland as well. But with that wind coming in from the southwest, the drier parts of the country will be those northern and eastern facing areas. So those northern and eastern parts of Northland and Auckland might catch an odd shower, but generally drier than that western coast. And looking pretty decent fine weather down right the way from, say, Gisborne down in towards Hawke's Bay and Wairarapa, and not a bad looking day for Wellington as well. A bit of early morning cloud, but other than that, not a bad story at all. Here are our temperatures across the North Island as we go through Friday and Friday night. Again, there's nothing too cold as we go through the night time. So nighttime Friday into Saturday morning. And for the South Island, well, it's that east-west split still with us. A touch more cloud around those northern parts of Canterbury at first, bit of high cloud elsewhere, but I think still some clearer skies across this eastern side. Still a few showers being pushed on towards that far southern corner and a touch more cloud towards Southland in Invercargill way. But you can see a lot of the activity is on that western side of the South Island, with some more showers through Fiordland and up in towards Westland and Buller, but generally drier and becoming clear for the likes of, say, Marlborough. Here are temperatures for the South Island, 17 degrees Celsius there for Christchurch. Not a bad temperature for this time of year. Up to 19 degrees Celsius up in Blenheim. A fine story there. And temperatures a little bit cooler than we see on the North Island. As we head through towards the rest of the long weekend, high pressure moves across the top of the Tasman. And generally, we'll find our winds tend a touch more west or southwesterly. Generally, a pretty decent looking day on Saturday for many of us. Still a touch more cloud around those western facing coasts and an isolated shower. But compared to the activity over the last few days, generally the pick of the weekend. Keep an eye down towards the south, though. We have got another front set to bring some wetter weather back in towards Fiordland. Some heavy falls through there up in towards those southern parts of Westland and bringing perhaps another dumping of snow about the tops of the snow for places like the Queenstown Ranges and the Southern Alps. As that front moves northwards through Sunday, it really weakens away, but we'll keep more cloud on the western sides of both islands and generally clearer and brighter out towards the east. That's it from me, Manawatu and Matariki.